Welcome to the Jerry Anderson podcast, which today begins with the presenter being quizzed about purchases he may or may not have made in a high street store. Purchases that are germane to matters of personal hygiene.
Tell me, what were you buying yesterday in Belfast?
I wasn't really buying anything.
Yes, you were in Boots. What were you buying?
I was in Boots?
Yeah.
Oh, I was actually.
Yes, I know you were. What were you buying?
Never you mind. It was an item of personal hygiene.
I know what it was.
No, you don't know what it was.
Yes, I do.
Don't be saying whatever it was.
I do.
Because the people there mightn't understand.
Yes, you know. Janet knows as well.
I'm not ashamed.
We know. The team know.
Okay. But I forbid you to say what it is.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There is everything wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, there is.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't want you to say it, okay? I'll reveal maybe at the end of the programme what I bought in Boots yesterday. No.
Janet said it's working.
What's working? How does she know? I was bound up. The abuse gets more personal as it moves into the physical. We are none of us perfect, and there are certain things that many of us find difficult to do. Some of us have more difficulty than others due to their chosen lifestyle.
A sign of aging in men. And I'm serious about this. I have noticed it.
Go ahead.
It's when the men have difficulty in bending down.
No, you're not going to leave that.
I know I'm not.
No,
but I've noticed. I spotted you last Wednesday.
I don't care if you spotted me last Wednesday.
And do you know what the sign is?
What?
You know, just when you're a younger man, if you drop something to the floor, you just immediately bend down and you pick it up. But as you get older, you'll stand and you look over the object that you dropped. A man, and then he'll say, how do I get down to that? And then he will open his legs a little. Honestly, and then he bends down. And it's an awful sight.
Stop!
Right?
Stop him! Stop him now!
And you're doing it. You did it last Wednesday.
Don't wave Janet, he's waving his fingers.
I come into the office and I saw the big backside looking at me. And I thought, I would love to hit you a booter.
Now.
I was going to hit you a booter.
Oh, thank God for that.
Oh, yeah.
Stop him now.
Stop that. You're bending down like your father.
All right, okay. I'm going to explain. You never saw my father bending down. Geordie Tuft is in particularly rare form today, something that has often caused the presenter anxiety in the past. But there is nothing to fear. He just wants to talk about the world of dead fish.
Oh, the wee boy going round. Hands a line. You know?
Sorry, I missed that. Are you talking about a fella selling fresh fish?
Yes.
All right. And how was he going again? Joni, will you listen to translate this for me? How was it going?
Hand a line.
Herons alive.
Ah.
You're great at that. I would never have guessed that. Give us that again, Jody.
Why are they called herrings alive when they're dead?
Because it means they're fresh. They're pretending that they're alive. Herons just dead. Herons just dead. Just killed. Herons just killed. Fresh, just killed. It's easy enough to say herons alive. Herons alive. Herons alive. Herons alive. Herons alive.
Buy them when they're fresh.
What was
Boil
that?
them when they're fresh.
Ah! You see how you can translate. You're like Brian Kennedy at Van Morrison. Remember Brian Kennedy used to translate everything Van said? Van would get up on stage and go,
There's a call for
I love
Geordie.
you, darling, till the end of time. Since I first met you, I've been on my...
There's something...
The situation worsens, though, as it always does when the subject of roosters crops up. See what I did there? Rooster, crop. Something inside Geordie tends to snap when the sexual behaviour of poultry is discussed. I think it's disgusting.
I have roosters here at the minute too, and they're all upset too. It must be I don't know what's wrong with them. They're crowing away here.
Maybe there's no more lead in their pencils. Could be that. What do you think, Geordie?
They need a lot of hands. They're frustrated.
They're no different. They're no different from us.
No, they're frustrated.
They're frustrated.
Yes, because I have no hands here at the minute, just roosters.
What are you running there, gentleman's club?
So would you have hands, Jordan?
I have some of the best current roosters, north, south, east or west of the border.
It's hens he's looking for. Have you any hens?
No, I'm no hand.
Well, yours are the same. Walking around smoking.
They're crowing well, aren't they?
Ah,
Did you hear them?
They're crowing very well.
that's not a good crow, no.
Well, interpret that crow for us.
I wouldn't call that a good crow.
Roosty is the...
Cock-a-doodle-dee!
That's good.
Geordie is the rooster whisperer.
So if I could get Geordie could get me hands.
Geordie, hold on a second. Geordie, those roosters seem to respond to your call there. Could you try that again?
Cock-a-doodle-dee!
I think we'll put a stop to this now. Thank you all very much. Dublin's Spike is nicknamed the nail in the pail. We have the hags with the bags and the tart with the cart. Which wag will come up with a similar name for our own Bridge of Peace, otherwise known as the bridge on the River High? I have never seen anything like what I've witnessed over this past few days, because almost overnight our city has come alive with the sound of people being normal.
Right.
People walking across our bridge and looking at various vistas that they never looked at before and saying, hello, how are you? It's as if they haven't spoken to each other for 40 years, and many of them haven't. It's a great, great thing. But you know the way in Dublin, remember they had the big clock in the Liffey? What did they call that? The time and the slime.
That's right.
Do you remember the floozy and the jacuzzi?
Right.
What do you call James Joyce with a walking stick?
Don't know.
No, you can't say that.
Okay.
No, you
I know. Yes, I know now.
The floozy and the jacuzzi. What was the other one? What was the other one? I can't remember the other one. But anyway, there's one for our Peace Bridge. Finally, the people have got round to christening it with a humorous little term. Do you know what it's called?
No.
And I think you should puff your chest out with pride and say to yourself, by thunder, this is how I'll be remembered. They're going to call it the coil on the foil. Because it doesn't go straight across.
That's right.
It's zigzag. So it's like a coil.
It's like a pig's tail.
Or a pig's.
No, a pig's tail.
So there you are, you're immortalised. So there you are,
Coil on the
Stroke
foil.
City and Coil in the Foil. The two of us. We've got our little claim to fame on our headstones. And I hope we'll be buried side by side, Sean.
Yes.
And I hope on mine will be Jerry Anderson, 1958. 2000, whatever it is. Gerald Michael Anderson lies in this spot. He named his city Stroke.
Yes.
Are you also in your shelter?
Inventor of the Anderson shelter.
Yes, Stroke.
Named his own city
City
Stroke
Stroke
because he
City.
didn't like the way it was named before him. And beside him, Sean Aloysius Thaddeus Coyle, who never did nothing. No, who never did nothing bad. But the Priest Bridge was named after him. It was called the Coil and the Foil. Isn't that wonderful?
I think, yes. I'd like to thank everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The presenter has decided not only to talk to the animals, but to grunt and squeak and squawk with the animals. I know that's from Dr. Dolittle, but he stole it anyway. Do you know what I did yesterday? I did the most unusual thing. I put myself in the mind of an animal. I went out for a bit of a walk yesterday. I was running in between, and I came across this herd of cows, right? Mm-hmm. And do you know the way they've all got these little yellow tags on their ears, and there's a number on them?
Yeah.
Right? I don't know what that means, but don't tell me. I think it means something bad.
Right.
It tracks their beef.
Right, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I saw a farmer, and I was standing there by the side of the road, and I looked at the farmer, and he seemed to be talking to them, you know? And I didn't know what he was doing, but I was trying to imagine this conversation. So I said to myself, right, I'm in the middle of a whole bunch of cows, and they've all got yellow things with their numbers on them. And I'm saying, hello, 431. How are you? Is the grass okay for you? Listen, I'm going to try and get some more for you. Is it okay? How many stomachs do you have now? 3? 3 stomachs? That's okay. Listen, you look after your end, you chew away, and I'll do the other end. I'll look after the milk and get ready. And when you're ready to be killed, I'll let you know. You know, I knew your mother, 418. Oh, she was great. She was so tidy. You want to see her. You don't remember much about her because you were only a calf then. We took her away, you know. They're taking them out of our pen now. They took her away, but, do you know, she was very tidy. The tidiest field. She tidied every blade of grass. I swear to God. And her father, you probably wouldn't know that. That was your father. And he was, 432. And he was the best at crack. Him and 321, they were always joking and they were laughing and carrying on. And, you know, they're always talking and having a bit of a fag in the corner. And all the other cows were lying there and their feet and their legs were up in the air and they were killing themselves laughing. But do you remember the fella? Do you remember your old grandfather, the bull? Remember him? You don't remember him at all. He was number one, of course. He was some pup. I'll tell you what. After a couple of bottles of stout, he could fairly go through that hair. Oh, they're all sitting there with their legs crossed, with their legs coming. You have no idea. Anyway, look, good luck now, and you work away at that grass there. I'll be back soon. That's what you talk to cows.
That's what farmers say to cows.
That's what they say. Have you ever seen my Indian jewellery?
I noticed it yesterday.
Did you?
I did indeed. I looked at it yesterday and I admired it from afar. I did. I said, that's nice.
You know, I had
It's not girlish in any way. It's nice.
I'm disappointed.
Oh.
I used to have a little Indian bracelet, you see. It was given to me by a young lady. And do you know what her name was? Can I tell you what her name was?
Dimpna?
There was no... There are very few Navajo Indians named Dimpna, and even less named Assumpta or Neve. Now, there was nothing... Let me just preface this by saying there was nothing untoward going on between myself and this young Navajo lady. She was a jeweller.
Well, what makes you think that we think that there were?
Because you know what I'm like, and you'd immediately imply there's some cancer.
No, not. And that never did it enter your head, Janet? Never entered Janet's head either?
That's because the two of you are innocent. You know nothing of the ways of the world. Anyway, this young lady was selling jewellery in Santa Fe, and I became friendly with her in the nicest possible way. And her name was great. And I want you to take this name, and I want you to conjure it up in your mind. And I want you to say to yourself, would you like to go out with a girl with this name? For instance, if you're walking out with this girl and you met a friend of yours saying, hello, who's this? Oh, this is my Navajo friend. What's her name? Her name is Cornelia Foot Racer.
Cornelia?
Foot Racer. No. Isn't that the greatest name?
Not really, no.
It's not?
No, it doesn't do anything for me.
Cornelia Foot Racer?
No.
I think that even the very name excites me. What's your name? My name is Cornelia Foot Racer. Oh, I'd love to be called Jerry Foot Racer.
Well, you are Jerry Foot Racer.
Dimpna Foot Racer. What's your name? My name's Assumpta Foot Racer. The listeners are becoming so familiar with the show that a number of them have taken to writing scripts featuring well-tried and sometimes even true links with which they have become familiar over the years. Have they nothing else to do? Why don't they mind their own business? Somebody's written a script for this morning.
Is that right?
Do you want me to do it? Right. And you can email us at... before you go, can I ask you a question? Why do you spoil... This is you.
This is me, right?
And you can... I'll tell you what I'll do. Not that I'll talk in my low voice at me, and I'll put my voice up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And the reason why I have to do this is because you don't have a copy of this.
Right.
I should have given you this and you could have done it. But what's the point of doing it?
I know.
So the low voice is me. Not that you have an unnaturally high voice. It's just to distinguish between the two.
Of course.
And you can email us at Jerry. Before you go, can I ask you a question? Why do small boys never kick cans in the street anymore? When I was young, very interesting, Sean. Maybe you could look into that in your own time. As I was saying, I very nearly broke the law yesterday. I was just about to spit out of the car window and I spat over my fork instead. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gerald Mann. Janet says you look bound up this morning. Tell Janet to mind her own business. As I was saying, do you know what? Do I know what? The name of the horse, Clint Eastwood Road in Rawhide. Our email address is, are you sure you're regular? As Hilda Baker would have said. Have you been? Do you remember our Eli? He was the old man. We'll be right back after the news. Cooey! What about the man on one? Fairly accurate, I thought. Fairly accurate. The world of Sean Coyle is as mysterious as it is uneventful. He has special friends that follow him around. Some are human, some not. Some are visible, some imaginary, some psychotic.
What about the man that I lost the other night going home?
I can't talk about that. I wasn't there. Tell me about it.
I lost him.
How did you lose
As
him?
I was walking home. No way you talk to people when you walk home.
Well, I don't, but I know you do.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You talk to a man, you're walking along the street and you're talking to a man.
And I lost him.
You still talking?
I can't get him.
What do you mean you can't get him?
I can't get him. I lost him.
I need to know more.
No way you walk home.
I walk home, yeah.
Right. You're walking out for a walk, say, at night.
And a man sidles up
It's
beside you.
it's about 11:30 or around that time.
At night? 11? Now, what are you, some kind of a stalker?
Well, if you go out about 9 o'clock, so you'd walk for a couple of hours.
I don't... You walk to 11:30 and it's dark, Sean.
I know.
You walk around the dark.
You walk street lights.
You have no dog or anything. Are the women not afraid of you?
I don't think so.
I mean, if I saw a man walking along at 11:30 at night with no dog, I would duck into a doorway, I think. Anyway, that's your problem. And you're walking along and a man appeared out of a doorway?
No way you walk along and then you start to talk to someone.
Well, I don't do that, but let's describe it.
As you're walking along and you have this conversation, you're talking.
Where
to
does the person come from?
From your head.
Ah, the person is the wee man in your head.
Yes.
Ah, I thought it was a man sidled up beside you.
No.
Oh, that's okay.
A man
that's
in my
different.
head.
And you lost him.
I lost him, and I.
Oh, you were trying to do an
I
impersonation.
can't. One that we did before, and I can't get him. He's
Who was
gone.
it?
I can't. I've lost.
Give me a name. Who is it?
What do you call him? Alfie Kane. What do you call him?
Alfie Keane.
What do you call him? Robert. Hello, my name's Alfie Kane. What do you call him?
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Mike, I've even forgot his name.
Hello, my name is Michael Caine.
No, I can't get him.
That's
because any time I do him, Harry Hits Corbett comes all over the top of him, jumps all over the top of him, and Harry Hits Corbett comes in.
I wish Harry H. Corbett would stop doing that.
Yeah. So
Have you mastered the old Michael Caine? Is this the old Michael Caine or the young?
I was.
The young Michael Caine is like that.
I was trying to do the old Michael Caine as I was walking home, but I can't get him.
Failure to maintain your weapon, son.
Give me something they would say.
She was only 15 years old.
She was only 15 years old. Don't you understand?
She was only 15 years old.
I
You have to have the crack in the
Right.
voice.
She was only 15 years old. Only 15. But I was trying to have this conversation, and I was all right talking, but he couldn't talk back to me.
Could he not?
I've lost him.
Maybe he's shy.
So I was thinking, is there a song that would suit him? Is there a song that the old Michael Caine?
Yes, I think so. Come outside. Come outside. There's a lovely moon up there.
No,
Come outside. Come outside.
I was thinking more of a Beatles song.
Help. I need somebody.
I need somebody.
Help.
Help.
He was only 15 years old.
He was. Anyway, Fran's on one. Give me a song. Give me a
When
beat.
I was young, so much younger.
When I was young, so much younger than today.
I never thought I needed.
I never thought.
Never thought I'd need anybody's help in any way.
But now these days are gone. I'm not so selfish.
Now I find.
Now I find
Changed my mind.
I've changed my mind.
Opened up the door.
And I opened
the
up.
bloody doors.
The bloody door wouldn't open.
We're supposed to blow the bloody doors up.
Thank you for listening. Back tomorrow.